Hi, it's Angie with News OK. I am joined today by Bruce Day. He is a freelance writer for the Oklahoman. He has written a wonderful story about climbing Yosemite, which is wonderful. It's going to be in Sunday's Oklahoman, the destinations section, which is perfect. Tell us about, you actually climbed, was it Cathedral Peak in Yosemite?
A particular route on Cathedral Peak, it's the southeast buttress. We have been, my climbing partner and I, who've been climbing for about 10 years, have been climbing the classic rock climbs, and of course Yosemite National Park, and particularly Yosemite Valley, is where Half Dome is the classic climbing area in the United States. And this was a climb that was in Tuolumne Meadows, which is 5,000 feet higher and just to the east of Yosemite Valley, and it's called Cathedral Peak. It's about a 3.5-hour hike into the base, and then the hike itself, the climb itself, the vertical climb, is about 1,000 feet. And anyway, great fun.
Oh,
and
so if the hike doesn't wear you out, then then you can maybe climb. I think the hike would wear me out.
Well, I think in earlier climbs that we've done, always it was about having to acclimatize yourself, and we always climb. My climbing partner has a small plane, and we usually fly out a few days early to get used to the height. But in this circumstance, and mostly, you need to do some practice climbs because you're going to go with a guide. We went with a Yosemite guide. Any guide will make you climb with them in a practice manner before they take you up where you're wanting to go. And that, I put that in the story too, in our practice climb.
Yeah, what happened in your practice climb?
I was telling Angie, my partner of 10 years of rock climbing together, neither of us have ever really had a serious fall, ever. And our guide had us we were on one of these. You just have to see the moonscape that this place represents. This is the highest point in this valley, is the highest subalpine meadow in the Sierras. And it's full of just these extraordinary glacial carved domes in these pointed peaks. We were climbing one of these domes. It was about 800 feet up, and we were 500 feet up, and the guide was tied in above us about 30 feet, and he had us on a dual belay on 2 ropes, both of us climbing at the same time, which we'd never done before. We usually climb one after the other, and I was going too slow. Harry came up on me too close, and then he relaxed, and then he fell, and he called falling, and I turned to him, and he leaned back into it, thinking that he was on a tight belay, and the guy only had a hold of my rope. I'll tell you what, it scared me to death, and I never want to see it again.
Tell us about, your partner wasn't the only one who took a spill. Thank goodness he is okay. Tell us about what happened with the camera.
When after we summited, to save some of the down climb, the guide, you have to, once you get up, you got to come down. And up at the top of this thing, I can just tell you, I found it scary. It's just, there's big exposure on all sides of you, and he said, I can save you about a half hour by lowering you straight off this little ledge. It was a ledge like this. And we all 3 got down there, crowded on that, and he tied himself in, and he started lowering me down. He lowered me 190 feet down onto this slope. I untied, and the slope went on down for another 500 feet or 1,000 feet, but it was all soft crushed quartz, right, or granite. And all of a sudden it said, they yelled falling. And I looked up, and here came this, what appeared to be a black boulder falling, and I'm supposed to fall against the slope, cover my head. I didn't. I jumped to the side, and the thing struck about 25 feet above me, and it was Harry's camera fell out of his pack and broke in 2, just about 20 feet above, and just scattered. And those are the pictures that we have in our story.
That's amazing you were able to salvage them.
I think what was amazing is that I was not foolish enough to be struck by the thing, and the way that I reacted to it.
Oh, no. Well, thank you so much. If you want to read more on Bruce Day's story, his first-hand account of climbing Yosemite, you can see it in the Sunday Oklahoman. Thanks so much.
Thank you.